Welcome back. It is good to see you today. Today we will be talking about another part of cats that is mysterious. And mystery is a great part of why we are attracted and yet repelled by cats. Because some of us look at cats and go, I will never know the mysteries of the universe. Somebody else could look at a cat and say, damn you, tell me what you're thinking, now! Not that I've ever done that in my life. Today, we will be talking about the chatter. What is chatter? Or specifically, cat chatter. Because other animals could chatter. I, as a matter of course, right now, am chattering. I am a chatterbox. Shall we consult the Cat Daddy Dictionary? Oh, of course we should, of course. Okay, what is cat chatter? Cat cosplay. What is cosplay? Oh, there we go. Cat chatter. See also cat chitter, cat chitter chatter, cat twitter, cat chirp, and cat ek. Oh! Yes. A chattering or trilling sound made by cats, often while watching prey. Well, not the most in-depth of definitions, but still, if you have had a cat in your life, you have seen the chitter or chitter-chatter, chatter, ekekek, because your cat will be perched in the window elegantly, but in fierce focus, looking at their intended prey, often birds, and suddenly, out of the mouth of babes, well, let us take a look at some fine examples of the cat chatter, and we don't have to rely on me. And away we go. Roll 'em! First, let us spend some quality time with Catty LaBelle. Observe. In deep focus, and now, prowling. Direct your focus to, a cat with no name, sent in by Vincentia. Look at her. With all of the might of her forebearers, she focuses in on... Oh, Vincentia, you absolutely broke the moment. Okay, next. Spritz the foster kitten, sent in by Jennifer. Oh, is he adorable? And our little killer, practicing the music of cats. From kittens to, well, lazy cats who can't be bothered to actually go to the window. This is Earl. You get him, Earl. Or don't. Go back to sleep. An unknown human sent in this. Fluff Twin number 1. And what an iconic view of the chatter. And there's Fluff Twin number 2. The Fluff Twins are not to be trifled with. Behold, the elegant beauty of Daphne. Hello, Daphne. Oh, and Daphne has a friend. This is the epitome of cat chitter-chatter. As if there were any doubt that this is about predator and prey. She says, bird, where are you? I am also a bird. You doubt me? Bird, bird, where are you? And Link. Link, who represents the most iconic of chatters. Listen close. There is no sound except for the opening and closings of his elegant vocal cords. The unfolding of the primal sound, no vocalization whatsoever, but the birds know. Or squirrel, or prairie dog, we know not. Ah, the sounds and sights of the primal cat, the cat that is born with the knowledge that they must survive by chitter-chattering, I suppose. Now, there are some who have more information than I. I am just your humble presenter. There are scholars that can help us dissect what exactly is... Okay then, where'd he go? That was a little, wasn't it? A little off? I don't even know where he... Anyway, while I'm getting my head together, let's talk about you for a second. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, now's a perfect time to do it while I think about things. And if you haven't liked this video, obviously working pretty hard on the video, and you get to hear about cat chattering. So do all those things. Make sure that you give us a little something in the comments too, because these videos come from you. All right, now I'm back in the game. Cat chattering, chit-chatting, the whole thing. I think the reason why we talk about it so much, and if you look around, it is talked about quite a lot. And that's because there is mystery behind it. And it is the truth. There's so much about cats, and this keeps me just completely in it for all these years. There's something we won't know. We just won't know because we know what it sounds like. We know context, so we make sometimes just very educated assumptions. But at the end of the day, there is no proof of what a chatter is there to accomplish. But let me go through some of the things that have been theorized and give you some opinions about them. Perhaps I will give you my breakthrough data-driven definition. No, gotcha. All right, as we were watching these videos, which I thought were really, really great, there's some examples that I want to point out. So first, let's just talk about what are the theories? What are the dominant theories about chattering? First of all, we can all agree on the context. It is something surrounding the hunting cycle in cats, because it only happens, for the most part, when they see something that triggers it. Birds, squirrels, etc., etc. But what does it mean? Now, some scientists theorize that it is this burst of adrenaline that comes from that location, that adrenaline push when a cat says, "That's it. Got it. Zeroed in." And at the same time they're doing that, the rest of their body knows they got to stay perfectly still. You'll see tails twitching because they'll do that in real life whenever there's a lot of energy, but they're trying to contain it, and then it just starts coming out the tail. And then the chitter happens as well. And if you'll notice, they're never moving and chittering at the same time. They're pretty perfectly still. They may run around to get a better position, but for the most part, still. So it's focused, but the body can only contain itself so much. It's like Christmas morning, and you're waiting for your folks to wake up, and your fingers are already ripping at the imaginary packaging, that kind of thing. And you're sitting there like, but you don't chatter. So as an example, take a look here at Zephyr. Zephyr is trying desperately to stay still and stay focused, and his tail has just got a mind of his own in that part. And it's just that, again, you'll see that in your home. If your cat's tail is doing this all over the place, you know that they're agitated. And it's like the balloon is full, and it's just like this little way of okay, I'm gonna let some of it out right here, That's what we're seeing in Zephyr, while part of Zephyr's head is just right at the target. Now, another theory that gets floated is that it is pure frustration. It's like, damn it, I wish I could get to that thing, and I can't get to that thing, so I'm really frustrated. I think a little less likely. I think it's way too programmed into DNA for it to be circumstantial like that. You'll see cats like Jasper here, who is just basically pacing back and forth, trying to get a vantage point. He's just letting go of that, what could be viewed as frustration. But again, I think it's not so much that I think anyhow, that it's part of the overall strategy. And for an example of that, take a look at how chittering and traditional hunting behavior is tied together. And if you want proof of that sort of strategy, look at how the body postures are connected in Catti LaBelle. The way she goes from the freeze, right? So that's pure, just like I am gauging. And then we have the chitter. And then we have, take a look at this, the way she moves, that nice low stalking army crawl. You connect those, and my sincere guess is that it is about hunting strategy. It is built in. Now, sometimes, just like meows or any other vocalization, depending on their life circumstances, they may use these things inappropriately to some degree in times where they're not supposed to or whatever. But if, for the most part, I mean, take a look at Spritz the foster cat. How old is he? Like maybe 3 months old, maybe 4? And he is just in full chatter gear. He knows that it's part of his makeup. His body just knows it for him. And if you think about what has gotten cats over the hump of millions of years successfully as a species, part of what's in that makeup, in their sort of muscle memory as they come into the world, is hunting. Anything that serves hunting is something that is going to be present, and the chatter is most definitely that. And one more theory that is, actually, they all start to blend together a little bit. You can see a little bit of a thread that goes through all these, but the last one is the mimicking of the sound of the cat's prey to sort of lull them in, you know, like the "you are getting sleepy," you know, in bird language or squirrel language or whatever. Or that they're making that sound to cover the sound of their own bodies making noise, because they have to be as stealthy as possible. So that sound could almost camouflage their body. Or, like I said, trying to lure the prey in. And before you kind of scoff at that one, in 2005, scientists in the Amazon actually witnessed margays, who are big cats, and they were imitating the sound of a tamarind monkey, which then, of course, they would hunt and catch and kill and eat. But you figure if it applies to one branch of cat, would it apply to the smaller cats as well? For instance, how they mark territory with claws on socially significant areas, with their body, with scent glands, with peeing on things. And it's very important. So, you know, big cats, small cats. So can hunting behavior also be mimicked? Very possible, you know? So if you get where I'm going, all of this is very possible. But if you take all of these dominant theories, the chattering as the adrenaline rush that they're trying to contain, the chattering as frustration as they're trying to finish this sequence, and the chattering to imitate prey, like I said, there's a thread that connects them all. And that's where the truth is. The truth is that it is part of a cat's just inherent hunting behavior, a technique that has just emerged from within the strands of DNA. That I think everybody can agree on, because it only happens in certain contexts, like I said, by and large. And it always, from that context, it'll go from a stillness to a move, to a stillness, to a hop around, trying to get vantage points. As you saw with all of these clips, with some notable exceptions, you got to talk to Crisp about what he is thinking in this moment. Probably not much. Or Crisp is dreaming about the hunt. And after all that, don't forget, it's not torture to encourage your cats into the windows, to catify windows like I tell you all about in this video right there. It is part of the enrichment cycle also, is just to give them that passive engagement. Well, that's where you come in very handy. You should be playing with your cat. I mean, especially if they've had like a whole bunch of cat TV watching. You know, it's like your mom going, will you please stop watching TV? Go out and play ball or something, you know? But of course, our cats, you know, the majority of them are with us indoors. Break out an interactive toy and just be the bird, be the squirrel, be something that your cat can hunt and catch and kill. Use all of those tools that are just percolating through their system. So pick up an interactive toy, go and play with your cat, play with your cat, play with your cat. You can release some of that frustration. And just to toot my horn, just a shameless plug, Oh, hi. This is my air prey toy that you can get on the Jackson Galaxy store. It is something I designed, and it is the anti-frustration machine. You just make this noise, you pull it out, and you go be the bird. And there's other stuff on the Jackson Galaxy store. Don't forget, 30 years I've been doing this. I know what cats want. I know what cats want. Something like this. This is a kicker. And if at the end of something like this, the ability to wrap all 4 paws around it and kill it with their back feet and chomp on it, and plus catnip inside, helps. A lot of products like that. But whatever it is that you get, commit to just bringing that temperature down, man, because, yeah, whether we call it adrenaline, frustration, the hunting techniques, or whatever, it needs to have the cycle fulfilled in order for your cat to have sweet dreams like Crisp. Maybe I gave you part of the answer. I mean, enough of an answer to put it in the dictionary. So it can now live forever, whether you call it chattering, chittering, chit-chat, trilling, or ekekek. Whatever you call it, it is part of cat, you know? And if you go, well, my cat doesn't do it. Well, some cats don't really purr very audibly either, but it is built in. It is part of the deluxe set that you get when you get cats. And there is mystery around it. Just like so many things. For every one study that's been done on cat behavior, there are 12 that were like, man, I wish we had that. As long as there's not big money behind a certain topic, you're not going to see a study on it. Even if we did do the studies, I am of the mind that we would never have the full answers. Cats have mystery to them, and it's something that we should embrace. I think is beautiful. An animal that's been around so much longer than most, and we have been studying those guys to one degree or another for our entire journey together. But the beautiful thing is, we never altered them to fit us better. We actually chose to let them be who they are. So chattering is an integral part of letting them be who they are and enjoying it and making content out of it, which so many people do, including me. All right, if you want me to make content about some other mysterious part of cats, or if you just want an excuse to send in cute footage of your cats, first of all, you can do that by sending it right there. Secondly, you can put something down there in the comments and tell me, hey, Jackson, I want to see a video about something. Whatever mystery you know of. Until next time, you guys embrace the mystery, light, love, and mojo to you. Speaking of mystery, you guys, what the hell happened to him? A freaking British wingnut?
Yeah, go to
No. I used to.
closer. There you go. Grab it.
Okay.
You try doing this. It is impossible to grab it and have it be going in the right way.
It worked.
Okay.
Well, now we got to do it again because Cat interrupted my character, my method acting.
There aren't going to be very many large pieces of chips in there anymore.
I know. What the f*** is that? Some weird bug.
I think it just left me and went to you.
What was it?
I think a little gnat.
Man, it went straight in my mouth, face, nose area. It was in my mouth, face, nose. Yeah.